time for some start, bench. I don't know why I was doing that.
You were
Cut,
praying, yeah.
start, bench, cut. I'm praying. This is a good one. Mark Andrews, George Kittle, Giants' new tight end, Darren Waller. Before we get started with that, make our picks. This one was sent in by a Twitter subscriber, Trill, at K_Robinson25. It's a Twitter subscriber sending these in. I try to use one from every subscriber, whether it's now, tomorrow, later in the week, next week, maybe we use yours, but appreciate you guys giving me these suggestions and playing along here. Make sure you check out our channel. We got all kinds of full NFL videos on the channel. That's one. Check out our YouTube shorts. Been pumping those out like crazy, and on TikTok. Liquid IV, that's the shit. They got some new stuff. Code GOAT, 20% off. GLD, 33% off. Links pinned in the comments for anything you're looking for. Cannot wait for our in-season content. For now, we got the off-season content. Let's get back to it. We have more than just this one. We're going to start doing a surprise one. Like maybe it's non-football related, but we're going to start with the tight ends here. Start, bench, cut. You can go first, and then whoever you decide to start, I'll just put your little guy on there.
Okay. Well,
what do you call those things again? Bitmoji. I was gonna say emoji too, and I was like, that doesn't sound right.
I have a special brand of players I like, and it's kind of the hard-nosed junkyard dog.
I know.
This has been decided long before I was even born, and this was going to be the kind of people I gravitate towards. So that I'm starting Kittle. You got that right. But now this is where things get dicey.
I don't think it gets dicey at all.
It gets a little dicey, but I think that I got to go benching Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews.
I think I have to do that. I'm just going off of health. And Waller's had some injuries that kind of, I don't know, just concerns me. He is skill-wise. I mean, all these guys, incredible. You can literally, I don't think you can go wrong putting any of them anywhere, but I would bench set it back.
Cut Waller,
and then bench Andrews.
All right, so Junior's got start Kittle, bench Andrews, cut Darren Waller. My turn. Yeah, this is tough. I like the brand of football too that Kittle has. Just kind of get you're jumping out of your seat. You're getting fired up. You're flexing at the TV. And he's a stud. It's not just the energy, the fire. Mark Andrews is also a beast, though. I mean, it's a big time. It's been like the best, even though he's a tight end, the best receiver for the Ravens here for Lamar Jackson. Just a key piece. And sometimes it's like his play style kind of looks like a receiver too, like down the field, like deep ball, down the field, go up and catch the ball. Down the sideline, over the middle of the field. So I do love Andrews' game as well. Darren Waller, very fun to watch as well, a former receiver from Georgia Tech. And it's been a little, maybe not like a long time, but a little bit since we've seen him getting going. This is tough. It's hard not to start Kittle, but I'm actually gonna start Mark Andrews. I'll do it. We'll mix it up a little bit. I can argue either one here, but just Andrews kind of being like that receiver tight end type player and just been so big for what has been, I mean, the Niners kind of been like a run first offense too, you could argue, but the Ravens like a rushing offense, and how huge he has been to that offense. So I'll go Mark Andrews, and I still think he actually could get better. Kittle has the injury concern, and he's at his ceiling, which is very good. And overall, who's had the better career so far? It's definitely been Kittle, but I'll start Mark Andrews. We'll get interesting. I'm gonna bench George Kittle. I'm gonna cut Darren Waller. Darren Waller's good. I think he'll be good with the Giants in that system. I'm excited to watch that. But even if Waller gets back to, if he gets back to where he was playing a couple years ago, he's close. But I still think even with that, Andrews and Kittle are better. My opinion. I thought this past year Kelsey was the best tight end in football. In general, Kelsey has been he has been the best tight end in football. But I thought specifically, so last season was 2022, 2021. I thought specifically that season and that season alone, I actually thought Mark Andrews was the best tight end in that season alone. So he's got that going for him too. That's what I got.
We're not going to talk about how I brought up the Waller injuries and didn't talk about Kittle's, because I started him obviously, so I'm not going to bring
Well, when
up.
Kittle plays, he'll come back in the same season and he'll play still at a top tier, or he'll come back next season and play at a top tier. Waller, it's like kind of disappeared a little bit when he was on the field, so it is a little different. It is different. So, But that's what we got for the tight ends. That was a pretty good one. That was
Yep.
pretty good. Maybe we get another tight end one in the future. All right. So the second half of this video will be an interesting one. Let me switch the camera around for everyone watching here. There we go.
There we are.
We're good. So this was a Dan Cheese idea. So Patrick, well, really, we asked this on Twitter. I can retweet it again so it goes back so everyone can see it. But your city gets to have one. So I guess we can do both of these. Your city gets to have one guy who you choosing on your sports team. So Patrick Mahomes. I'm not a huge baseball guy. I was at Ohtani, and then Jokic, who just won the NBA Finals and looks like the best player in basketball. So I mean, my start is also going to be the same answer for who what I want for my city, and that'd be Patrick Mahomes. I am a football guy, but you know, so that kind of makes me want to go towards the football guy. So I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes here. This one's tough to do start bench cut because I just do not watch enough baseball. I know Ohtani is, what is he? Number one in strikeouts or top three in strikeouts and number one in RBIs. And,
was it RBIs?
RBIs up there in home runs as well. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Has anyone ever been like that? So when you put it that way, even if you don't love, like, you're not. I used to be a huge baseball guy, but I just lost interest for some reason. But even if you're not into the sport a whole lot, like, you can, it's pretty insane, what he's doing. And Jokic being just, he's different, just not too many players ever like him. Not that he's like the best ever, but like he's just the way he plays the game and how different he is, how he controls the game. It's just, we got some special athletes up here. That's what I'm saying here. So I just don't watch enough baseball, so I'm almost be forced to go start Mahomes, bench Jokic. It's hard to do start bench cut because they're all different sports. So I kind of like Dan's question. If you had to pick, and we tweeted it as well, and you can play along on Twitter, but if you had to pick one for your city, well, technically my city's Chicago, but my favorite, that's where I'm all jacked up. My favorite. My favorite basketball team is the Bulls, Chicago, and we're from outside of Chicago. My favorite football team is the Vikings in Minnesota. My favorite college team is Notre Dame, which
all over the board.
It's Indiana, but there's a lot of Notre Dame fans in Chicago. It's not too far from Chicago. So, and then baseball, I've always kind of wished the best for the Sox and the Cubs. So Chicago, which you can't really root for both, but I've probably been to more Sox games than Cubs games in the past. So. If I had to pick one, I'd probably say Sox, but I was very happy when the Cubs won the World Series. I wasn't acting like I was a diehard fan or anything, so don't get me wrong here. I wouldn't be doing that. But I was very happy for them and the fans. And any other sports, well, it doesn't really matter. So we're just talking about football, baseball, and basketball. So if it's like that, I can pick my favorite teams. I want Patrick Mahomes on the Vikings, and then it would be all over.
Gotcha. Okay, who are you benching? Jokic?
I'm benching Jokic. Yeah, I was kind of going away from the start bench cut but then I was kind of going back. So if I can choose for any of my teams, I'm going Patrick Mahomes. But Dan's question was for your city. So my city is Chicago. I don't want Mahomes on the Bears because I'm a Vikings fan. I would choose Jokic for the Bulls. So that would be my pick if I had to go with, had to choose for the city of Chicago. So,
Okay.
But yeah, I'm over there on Mahomes because that's.
The only thing on Mahomes here is that you got to deal with like his brother and all that.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
It's a good point. Didn't think of that.
I mean, I would love Mahomes and all, but I think that I've seen enough of the and just to be different than yours and not pick the same. I think I got to go Jokic here. I mean, I would love to see the Bulls competitive again. I mean, I thought we were going to get it pre-Lonzo injury. And I got to say, Jokic is probably number one on the list of how they look being athletic.
How
they
good?
Look, and then how good they are. You're just like, how it doesn't make sense. You watch him, and it makes no sense how he makes shots, how he gets these passes off, how he's pulling these moves. Like, you just don't get it. It makes no sense. Guy in his face just looks like he throws it to the ceiling, and it just drops. He's just incredible. And, I mean, I've had Vucevic the last couple of years, and I'm not too happy with him.
He's back.
I was not happy with the
I mean, he's not a bad player.
He's not bad at all. He's not bad at all. but they could do better.
They're just not getting it done.
Yeah.
Like Jokic with Levine and DeRozan and Patrick Williams and Kobe White. And, hey, we got Javon Carter now. He can play some defense.
Wow. Torrey Craig.
Don't
forget about Torrey Craig.
I don't remember hearing his name for that long. Like, it was only, like, recent I started hearing his name. And so I thought he was young, but he's actually 32 years old.
Nice.
So a good signing there. I mean, he played pretty well, and he really wasn't touching the ball a whole lot last year. So I guess we'll take it. But
you see that exchange he had with Andre Drummond trying to steal his number?
Oh, yeah, that was funny. What do you offer?
$500? So a guy that's making millions of dollars, you can offer him $500? I think you got to do a little better than that.
Yeah, and then he didn't realize Pippen's number was retired. I couldn't think of the word retired. Wow. All right. Yeah. So there you have it. That's our start bench cut of the day. And we got more to come. I'm excited about this now because last week we just had one football one. It's always gonna be a football one sent in by our Twitter subscriber who suggested one. We're gonna throw another one. It might not. This was sports related. It's probably not going to be sports related next time.
Why are you holding a pen?
I don't know. Just holding this pen.
You have nothing to take notes, but you got a pen?
There might be some notes I might need to take. I don't know.
Where?
I don't know. I got to write down your answers.
I met a real guy in the flesh that takes notes on his hand.
Yeah?
I thought that was...
That's old school.
I thought that was gone.
Yeah, I thought that was done.
I didn't know it was still here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he was...
Got to respect the grind, the hustle,
Just mid-convo, I don't know. I could not really keep going. He just went down right to his hand, and I was kind of confused. I paused. I didn't know if I should keep going, if that note was for me or what the deal was. But, yeah, just thought I'd add that in there.
He was writing your number down on his hand.
Maybe I wasn't giving him my number.
Well, okay, that wraps it up for this episode of Start, Bench, Cut. Make sure to play along in the comments. Make sure to interact with us on Twitter. We're always talking with you guys. Any type of follower gets to interact with us, news, rumors, updates, all that. If you subscribe, bonus content, involvement, and things like this. So it's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.